When we can create that belief system in our mind, then guess what? Your world will change. The world will become your oyster. It'll free up your time. It'll put more money in your pocket. It'll give you a lot of happiness, and it'll definitely impact your health as well. And it's going to just have a really, really positive effect on you and on everybody around you. A power plant doesn't have energy. It's not like, oh, I got energy. No, a power plant creates energy. So I want you guys to be a power plant where you create the energy. You want to be the source of good emotions in every room that you walk into. So even if you're feeling off, you work yourself up into a frenzy to where you create good emotions inside of you. And guess what? Public speaking is about emotional transference. If I feel nervous, they're going to feel nervous. If I feel good emotions, they're going to feel good.
Yep.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Because if you're starting a business and you're really into that product and you get so hyped up about it, because you know exactly what you're talking about, and you get that aura out there, and they start feeling it, then all of a sudden they're feeling exactly what you're feeling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
all of you are on the same page.
That's right. Absolutely.
And that's what everybody wants, and that's what you want the audience to feel, and then you start ramping up, and you want everybody to feel that, and that's a really good feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a good feeling for you as a speaker. When you're doing public speaking, a lot of what you're doing is creating therapy for yourself and for the audience too. But think about when you show up to therapy, what do they got you doing? You're sitting on the couch, they're talking, right? They're asking you questions, but you're talking. So it's like talk therapy. Well, can we square root that? Can we x to the power of, exponentially higher than that? Meaning if talking is therapy, and it is, can I do this to where I'm talking and then I create therapy for myself? What a concept. That's one of the reasons I love my job, by the way. It's not just for the money or the impact, helping people create a healing in their life. Because again, I'm an emotional healer. So it's not just for that. It's also for me. Because guess what? When you're giving, you also give back. So when I'm up here, I'm doing therapy. I'm like, oh, I had 2 hours of sleep. No problem. No problem. Therapy is coming. My therapy session is about to start. Now, here's the thing. If I was stuck in my head, if I was self-conscious, if I was afraid to speak, or if I was not effective at it, it would not be therapy. It would be, what's the opposite of therapy? Something that is, it's like watching paint dry. It's something difficult that you're going through. And it would be, again, where I feel those emotions that are negative, the nerves, and it actually impacts my health. So it would be just a stressful situation, a terrible time up here. I can't wait till it's over. That's the thing. If you can do it effectively, it's good. If you suck at it, let's be honest, if you suck at public speaking, it's bad. So a lot of that happens with public speaking, where people have so many bad experiences, exposure. They're like, yeah, I gotta just do it. But it's further anchoring those bad habits, and it's creating a little bit of trauma around it. So I fix that. I remove the trauma, I remove the bad emotions, and then people are just free. And what happens is it's very interesting, because it stays with you everywhere you go. It's not just in the class. There's 7.9 billion with a B people on this earth. And if you're able to just be confident all the time, doesn't matter how you feel, you can be confident all the time. It's one of those things that's like almost like having a superpower. And I'm not hyping it, guys. I'm telling you from first-hand experience, but not just from me. I'm telling you from my classmates as well, meaning my students, that they're reporting the same thing. It's like, I got superpowers out there. I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke weed. I don't do any of that type of stuff. I don't need to use food as a drug, because a lot of times people use food as a drug because they're feeling some type of emotion about themselves. Like, it's rooted into how you feel about yourself. If you just back into it, start looking at what's the root cause. And a lot of times it's like how you feel about yourself. And that's why I ate that fries, and I shouldn't have ate it with the cheeseburger, but I know I shouldn't have ate it. But then I feel worse, so I eat it again. I feel worse. Well, here's the thing. When you create confidence in your personality, you can be the full-fledged version that God designed you to be. Guess what? You're not going to use food like a drug anymore, because you'll be happy. You'll be happy. You're not going to need any, like, I'm not saying, guys, if you drink, I used to drink. Again, I used to suffer with social anxiety for a very long time, decades of my life. Tried everything under the sun to fix it. I don't drink anymore because I don't have to. I don't smoke weed because everywhere that I go, I'm the highest in the room.
Yeah, high on life.
You know that song with Travis Scott? I'm the highest in the room. And I don't need anything to do it. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Confidence and being competent, they go hand in hand. When you do that, it changes your life. It goes so much deeper than you guys realize. You think, oh, I'm just gonna have good presentation skills. No, it goes way beyond that. It fixes a lot of other issues in your life. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of our time, he said, I went to 2 different universities, but the diplomas from the universities are no longer on my wall. But the one diploma that's still on my wall to this day is the one I got from a public speaking course. And I tell young people, start there. It's the best investment you'll ever make. And you know what? I agree. I believe that. I feel that. I know that. I've been living that. Best investment I've ever made. Get good at public speaking. Changed my whole life. Dating opportunities? Oh my goodness. And anybody single in the room? Whew. Whew. You gotta fight them off of you. It's like moths to the flame. They just get sticky on you. And it's not about looks, by the way. It's about that je ne sais quoi, that confidence that you just exude. Dating opportunities galore. For guys and girls, by the way. Doesn't matter. Confidence is universal. So it just goes a lot deeper than you guys realize. Like, this is the fix. If you could just fix this, get good at it, not just get confident. Like, I'm not nervous anymore. Yeah, okay. Neither is the homeless guy. Again, he's not nervous. So I'm saying when you get competent at it, it will change your life, guys. And you'll have a release and unleash your full personality. The person that God created you to be, that will be you everywhere you go. And it's not like you always have to be I gotta be a Tony Robbins character. No, I'm not saying that. I can still have confidence and take my foot off the gas pedal. And I can relax. But while I'm relaxing, I'm feeling good emotions. You know? So I gave you guys a little bit of a pep talk there on the importance of this one thing. There's a book called The One Thing, and it talks about the biggest domino in your life. If you can get that one to tip over, it'll impact all the other dominoes. So in my opinion, and again, Warren Buffett agrees, and not just Warren Buffett, pretty much if you look at the most successful entrepreneurs, they're out there speaking. If you look at anybody that is, let's say at your job, that they're a manager, usually not managers, they still do a little bit of grunt work, but like director level and above, all they're doing is speaking. They're just running their mouth. They're in team meeting after team meeting, and you know what they're doing in those conference rooms? Just talking, discussing strategies. They're just just explaining things and airing out their, I think if we do this, it'll, create a process improvement. We might save about 10% of our, time on that. That will help us expand our market share. Like, all they're doing is yapping, guys. That's all they're doing. You ever met somebody at your job that's more further along the ladder, and you're thinking to yourself, dang, if I had their position, man, I would create a different culture. I would create more morale. I would create some different systems. But they're further up the ladder because their ability to have like the gift of the gab, to mix and mingle, they schmooze their way to the top. And you're like, how could that person like be up there running the show? Why? Well, you know what? The only difference? They can do this better than you. So it's not about intelligence. It's not about smart. It's not about talent.